This is Spare Time Repair, and this is the microphone I usually use to record these videos. It's an original Rode Videomic. It's probably 10 years old or even more, and you may have noticed on a couple of recent videos that the sound quality has been a bit glitchy at points, and I think it's because of this. The outer sheathing on this cable is starting to deteriorate and it's exposing the bare copper underneath. You can see it's turning white, so it's obviously getting brittle with age, and at these stress points it's just crumbling all together. I looked on Rode's website to see if they did them as a spare part, but I couldn't find any, so I found this on Amazon. There's actually 2 in a pack, and it's a bit longer, but it's pretty similar. And it's a double-ended 3.5mm stereo cable. Obviously I'm going to have to cut one of the plugs off and wire it directly into the main unit. But it should be a fairly straightforward fix. I've actually been inside this microphone before, and that was to fit this modification, which is a green LED that's front facing. I got this idea off the EEV blog because otherwise the only indication that it's on is this light at the back. But when this is facing you, you can't tell whether it's on or off. And there have been occasions where, you know, you might start recording and then you realize the microphone's not on. This little LED shows you that it's on and avoids that mistake. The cable does have this strain relief, which I'm probably going to have to sacrifice, but the way I use it, it's not really going to be a problem at all. So let's get inside it. First of all, I'm going to remove this battery. You've got these dip switches inside here which attenuate the input level. I've got mine set to 0 decibels, so I think that's the factory setting. And we've got this cumbersome shock mount which can be removed. It's got these sort of rubberized fittings on the end here. Well, one of those is just broken, which is very bad news. Actually, I don't need to remove this because there's some screws in here. No, I wish I hadn't done that. I think it came with some spare ones of these when I bought it, but I don't think I've got them anymore. Okay. Feed that through and we're free. Okay, and then we've got the threaded metal insert bits here. I can't see any other screws, so looks like we're going to have to unclip it. This foam piece comes off. We do have screws here. Okay, this just unclips. I think I need to remove this sticker. Right, these red and white wires here, those are from the modification for the LED. This is a resistor under the heat shrink. It's actually going to make it slightly more awkward. Yeah, so our audio cable we need to replace feeds into the bottom. So I'm going to have to take this board out as well. It's actually tricky to remove because this is holding it in on one side and the switch going through the end is holding it in the other side. There's not really any wiggle room. It's starting to come, but I'm putting a lot of stress on the switch, so I don't really like this. I don't like my chances of getting it back again either. Right, that definitely helps. So this is a light pipe because the LED is here and that just focuses the light out through the end. I was expecting this to be an easy one. Okay, we're out. Oops. One of my wires has come off. I can't actually remember where that went to. Alright, so here's where we need to replace it. Not sure whether the colour of the wires will be the same in my new cable, so I'll have to trace those out and make sure. These connectors are known as TRS, so you've got the tip, the ring and the sleeve. The sleeve is always ground, which is going to be this black wire, I think. Yep. So it's just a question of which is the ring and which is the tip. So I'm on the ring now. Well, that's confusing. It's coming up on both. Of course, this is going to be a mono microphone, isn't it? So they're using a stereo plug, but it's not actually in stereo. So both the blue and the red are connected to the tip and the ring. Wonder why they didn't just use a mono plug. Well, it does mean that I can't really go wrong here. It's obvious which is the ground wire and the other two are going to be together. So the red and blue are separate here. And they go to separate solder pads, and they're separate in the plug as well. But they are shorted together. So we can cut one end off our new cable. I'll give myself a bit of room. Yeah, we have different coloured wires in this one. We have 4 wires. I was expecting 3. Right, let's strip a bit of the sleeving off and see where they go. Alright, so the black one should be going to the sleeve. Yep. The red is the tip. The green is the ring. So where the hell's the white going? That must be the ground as well. The white goes nowhere. Why is it there? I suppose they had a load of 4-core wire and just used it anyway. So we can just chop that off, that's doing nothing. So I said red was the tip, didn't I? Not that it matters because the red and green are going to be connected. Alright, so let's desolder the old one. Now, stupidly, I didn't actually note which wire went where, so I'm going to need to look at my footage. Right, I've checked that. Black goes to number 3, and I've just wicked away some of the solder. So we've got our holes opened up again. So I'm just going to tin my wires up first. Okay, that looks good. Just trim off the ends. I had a look to see whether I could reuse this strain relief, but it's stuck fast. It's not going to slide off. That would have been moulded on afterwards, which is fine. It's not going to matter. But now I need to reattach this wire for my LED modification. So I need to check my footage again to see where it was attached. Well, I couldn't actually tell from my own footage, but I looked at the original EV blog video, and I need to attach it to this left-hand leg of this transistor or whatever it is here. Change my tip to something a bit finer. Well, that might have got it. Right, I need to delicately reassemble. Nope, there we go. Alright, so the cable runs in this channel up through here. I'm going to try not to crush these mod wires. I need to remember to put these brass threaded inserts back. Which way did they go? Ah, this doesn't feel right. I think I've got the brass inserts in the wrong place. Yes, I have. They slot in these little pieces. There we go. It's still not going together nicely. I think I might have snagged one of those modification wires. There we go. Oh, if I put these brass bits in the wrong way round. Yep, I did. Oh. Let's get these screws in before it all falls apart again. Oh no! No!
You forgot to hook up the door.
I forgot to put the light pipe in. Okay, well thankfully it went in more easily than it came out. Okay, so now we can clip the wire in here, thread it through, stick our sticker back on. Reattach our battery. And it's not working. I think the contacts have just got bent inwards, and that's so they're not making good contact with the battery. I hope that's all it is. There we go. Green light there. Green light there. Let's turn my light off here so you can see that. Well, let's get it back on the camera and give it a test. Right, microphone has been reattached to my rig. Hopefully you can hear me, and I'll just show you on the other camera. I just rerouted the cable to go through this side instead, because that seemed the best option to go into the camera. And hopefully there will be no more sound interference. So that's it for this one. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.